trusted, local. The WCTV Good Morning Show starts now.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us for the Good Morning Show, 6 o'clock hour. I am Lenitra Bennett.
Now, you got to play with a big turtle a little while. Tortoise. No?
Yes, it was a tortoise. Yeah. Yes. I didn't really play with it because it started doing things. I was like, oh, wait, it's leaking. You can keep that.
Sometimes it's nice to be able to give it back to the person that's in charge.
I let the guy have it. So it was a really neat looking tortoise, though, really big. And so he's going to be here a little later in our show today with Madison.
Furrier.
Yes.
We got more. Let's talk a little weather on a Wednesday morning where it's going to feel every bit as icky, sticky, gross out there as it's been feeling. Now the showers are trying, and I think with some success we're going to get a few showers in a few spots this morning, and it actually feels like maybe some of the areas that have been missing out on the showers the past couple of afternoons have better shots to see some of those showers this morning. So fingers crossed. I know how frustrating it is and how many areas are really hoping to get some rain. I think we have a few chances this morning, even more this afternoon, and more still tomorrow and Friday. We get a few more days of all this real humid, real unstable, and real icky, sticky, gross kind of weather out there. But then some changes are coming our way. Temperature-wise, most of the numbers are a couple of degrees either side of 70. Valdossa's at 70, Moultrie's at 69, Bainbridge at 70, Thomasville's at 68, a little warmer in Tallahassee where it's 74. Now here's some of those showers to our west as they move in our direction. You notice there's a little bit less north of I-10 and it kind of shrivels up a little bit, so it's getting weaker. That energy is fizzling as it moves this way, but I still think a few of us can get some showers early today, maybe within the next 60 minutes. And I think more of us can get some showers this afternoon. I think that'll continue for the next couple of afternoons. And then we start talking about some changes for the weekend that I think a lot of us are going to really like. We'll put the rain chances about 40–50% for today. So there are opportunities. I do still think it's going to be kind of warm and kind of muggy out there. I'll break it all down. We'll talk full forecast in just a bit.
We're learning more about an early Memorial Day shooting at Cascades Park. TPD says the shooting happened around 4 a.m. Monday in the 1000 block of South Gadsden Street. Police tell us there were 3 people involved, a 17, 18, and a 19-year-old. Officers say one of the teens mishandled a gun and it went off, hitting the 19-year-old and grazing the 18-year-old. Officers say both of their injuries were non-life threatening and the teens are expected to recover.
And in Florida, it's going to be a lot easier for landlords and tenants to send important documents to each other. A new law now allows landlords to email residents important notices like lease violations or eviction notices. Many apartment complexes already use online portals and email to communicate with the residents. However, sensitive notices have to be sent via regular mail or left on the tenant's door. Now, the idea of allowing these important notices to be sent via email is to help keep people in their homes.
We want to make sure that tenants have the ability to be notified as soon as possible and be able to rectify the situation if need be.
You might not be at your apartment home to even see a notice that's physically posted on your door or checking your mail, right? So, but you are likely, if you have a cell phone, you're getting your emails to you in real time.
Landlords will be able to use email to send notices starting July 1st.
Georgia's governor race is picking up. 3 Democrats say they're running to become Georgia's next leader. This is the current field of all candidates for governor so far in the Peach State, with the election still more than a year away. Those candidates are Atlanta area State Senator Jason Estevez, former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, Methodist Reverend Olu Brown, and Republican Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr. Political analysts say Democrats in a state run by a Republican executive office and legislature would need all the time they can get to appeal to voters.
I think what everyone on the Republican side now is waiting on is Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones to make his announcement. I think Burt Jones is just biding his time, and but we still have every anticipation that he'll get in.
There hasn't been a Democrat in the governor's office in Georgia for more than 20 years. Current Republican Governor Brian Kemp is term limited and therefore cannot run for re-election next year.
Now, in Leon County, commissioners voting to raise fees people pay for the fire department.
But as our capital city correspondent Matt Hoffman explains, they didn't agree to everything their counterparts in the city government wanted.
The Leon County Commission narrowly voting to raise the fire services fee by $39 per year. But that is not the end of the story. Their counterproposal now goes across the street to City Hall, where they must decide if they agree to the deal. Commissioner Nick Maddox made what he called a compromise motion to raise the price residents pay for fire service, but not quite the level the city of Tallahassee wanted. If the deal goes through, an average resident outside city limits would pay $272 for fire department services.
There's what I want, there's what you want, and there's somewhere in the middle that makes it right for everybody. I should hurt a little bit, you should hurt a little bit, but we should all come together in the middle.
County commissioners said they were not convinced the fee should be raised in an $8 million effort to lower TFD's Insurance Services Office score. That's a type of rating for fire departments across the country. In general, a lower ISO score means lower insurance premiums for landowners.
The city has not yet been able to provide us an estimate on how much those insurance premiums would decrease in the unincorporated area. So again, we're being asked to pay a cost, but we don't know what the benefit is.
By cutting out funds for the ISO, the county shaved $10 yearly off the city's proposal. But now, if the city doesn't agree to the counter proposal, the whole thing will likely end up in front of a private judge for a process known as arbitration.
We talk about over and over again, affordable housing, affordable housing, affordable housing. Well, this is an increase the cost of people's cost of living in their housing. So is the fire services fee.
The Leon County Commission also voted down a recommendation to raise the waste service assessment. They said it wouldn't be right to raise two different types of fees on residents in the same year. For now, in Tallahassee, I'm Matt Hoffman, WCTV Eyewitness News.
Yeah, but you just said we would have comments from the commissioners, and now you're doing a motion. I haven't spoken yet.
Well, I'm just trying to offer a motion. That's
just offering a motion. You said one thing, and then you did something else.
Back and forth over proper procedures heating up much of the Quincy Commission meeting. Now, Quincy City Commissioners once again weighing on the city manager and his potential removal. Controversy surrounding City Manager Rob Nixon going on for more than a year, starting back in 2023. In October of 23, Nixon fired Quincy Police Chief Timothy Ashley. Now, Nixon denied suggestions that he did that as a retaliation. A month later, the chief responded to the firing during a public meeting. The commission then voted to start investigations into the police department and into the city manager's office. 1 month later, the commission voted 3-2 to end the city manager's investigation. Commissioner Nash, who voted against ending that investigation, then called a special meeting on Nixon, bringing up several allegations about his business. Last night, the removal of Nixon as city manager was back on the commission's agenda. Some commissioners arguing that proper procedures and a quick ending to investigations were making the discussion and vote difficult.
And then for the mayor to sit here and deny us the opportunity, or attempt to deny us the opportunity, to even have a discussion among colleagues and going to table the issue without hearing from your other colleagues is completely out of order and distasteful and disrespectful.
Had you not stopped it, you would have been able to find out all the evidence you wanted to find out about the city manager and the city manager's office. But you stopped the investigation. I want the investigation. I haven't changed my mind.
The motion to table the city manager issue until the next meeting failed. The commissioners took no other action on the item.
6:09 now. Tallahassee State College is bracing for more students needing food this summer as they work to keep their campus pantry stocked. TSC says they have many students who are parents, and with their kids being out of school for the summer, that can bring added stress because typically they eat during the school day. On top of that, students may not be able to afford groceries, so having this option is meant to help ease the burden. TSC says students are not able to focus on school when they don't know how they're going to eat. One student tells us many college students don't have a lot of money and grocery prices can be difficult to keep up with.
Even if it just helps provide a few extra meals, that's one less thing that they have to worry about.
We oftentimes don't really have the money. Sometimes to do the actual grocery shopping is really resourceful because at the time that we do go to an actual grocery store, we can use that as well as use the pantry, to help cut down costs.
The pantry doesn't just have food, it also contains hygiene products and school supplies, all free for TSC students, and TSC is accepting donations for all of those items. Really nice thing to offer there. All right, well, it's about 11 minutes after the hour, and we have made it to Hump Day. What can we expect to help us get over this hump, Rob?
We've got more of the same in this forecast. Now, I'm optimistic that maybe a few other areas that have been missing out on the showers the past couple of days have better chances to see some, maybe even this morning. And if we can get a few showers going earlier, maybe that'll slow the temperatures down so they don't get so high so fast, or maybe they don't get so high altogether. But I still do think most of us are going to get up over 90. Most of us are starting right around 70. Thomasville at 68, Moultrie at 69, Bainbridge at 70. It's 71 in Madison, 72 in Quincy. Tallahassee checking in at 74 this morning. Maybe a little bit of drizzle in a few spots across the area. Get a little farther to the west, parts of Liberty, especially out towards Calhoun County. And that's where we see some of the showers holding together. There was a little bit more of an impressive looking line 6 hours ago off to our west, but as it moves east, it shrivels up and gets weaker. Unlike the past couple of rounds of showers that really has stayed like north of Highway 84 for the most part, this looks like the better chances for some showers are going to be south of I-10. So maybe some of the spots that have been missing out over the past few afternoons at least have a little better chance this morning over the next 60 or 90 minutes to get a couple of showers, but it's certainly not going to be an everybody gets wet kind of thing. This likely will continue to shrink and shrivel up as it moves east, but more opportunities for more showers will come this afternoon. Lots of warm, humid, unstable air in place, and I do think that lends itself to a pretty good opportunity for more of those pop-up scattered showers. And I know how frustrating they are when it rains in one part of town and not your part of town, or it rains in South Georgia but doesn't rain in North Florida. That's just how these showers work, and that's what we're going to be looking at again today and tomorrow. Now, there's a little bit better chance for more of a organized, widespread shower event come Friday with that next boundary, and that should play with our forecast a little bit more. For today, for tomorrow, I still think lots of hot, lots of humid, and a decent shot for showers. I think I see drier and more comfortable air on tap for the weekend. We'll check that out in just a couple of minutes.